Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Firis Wangari. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for subscribing. And to our new subscribers, guys, I don't take you people for granted. I know I could not be doing this if you people are not here. So thank you so much. Thank you. We are humbled and we can't wait to walk this journey with you. So in our today's show, we want to talk about career choices. Are you planning to join higher institution for learning? What consideration do you take when choosing careers? So today we are amazed to have one of our guests who will be talking to us about career choices, who is going to guide us throughout and show us the importances of choosing the right careers. So we can't wait to share this with you. So welcome and let's do this together. And without further ado, let's welcome our guest. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the Tales of Achievers.
Thank you.
Yes. So we want you to introduce yourself. Utuambie wewe ni nani?
Okay.
Kindly.
Okay. So hi everyone. I am Dr. Rahab Kamau, a lecturer in Masinde Muliro University, teaching or lecturing chemistry in the Department of Pure and Applied Chemistry.
Okay.
And I'm excited to be here today to share the topic on career choice and guidance. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for honoring my invite. And we are humbled to have you here today.
Okay.
So maybe Dr. Rahab, you can tell us about your life kidogo tu as we proceed. Like wewe ni nani?
Okay, Dr. Rahab is a lady scientist who has embarked on studying a lot of chemistry, and this began back in high school when I noticed that I got so excited in studying science, and therefore I decided that this is a route I want to join. So that one took me to studying education, Bachelor of Education, taking chemistry as a major subject and mathematics. But along the way, I dropped mathematics and I continued with chemistry.
Okay.
It excited me much, and therefore after that I graduated with my first degree. I never stopped there. I felt that I still have passion to take science, or rather chemistry, to higher level, and therefore I ended up going back to school. I enrolled for Masters of Science in Chemistry, which I completed in 2013. I felt I was not still satisfied with it, and still felt I want to learn more about it. And by that time, I already had a job at Masinde Muliro University. So they allowed that I could take leave and still do further studies in my chemistry. That's how I enrolled for PhD in chemistry. But I got a scholarship, so I left my workstation a bit to go study and came back. And now I enjoy lecturing and mentoring others into the field that excites me more in chemistry.
Okay.
So in brief, I can say that is what I am. So I do lecturing. I also carry out research in the field of chemistry and also guide students. I do a lot of career talks, especially to secondary school students, or rather youth groups, to encourage youngsters on how to go about their careers. So
Wow.
that is what I am.
Okay. Wow, that is so good. We know most of the Form 4s, most of the children who completed their Form 4 last year, they are planning to continue with their education.
Sure.
Some will go to colleges, some will go to university, and maybe they're out there and they're confused on what to choose.
Yeah, sure.
So that's why I invited you here, because I would like to talk to my audience on career choices. So kindly, I would like you to tell them, like, first thing before choosing a career, which consideration do you take?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, Phyllis, I agree that it is a process. Choosing a career is a process.
Yeah.
And somehow, even me, I got myself into a mess when I was trying to choose my career. because we have young brains, we have dreams right at our young stages in life. And of course, there is a dream that we always dream about. We aspire that one day I want to become a doctor, one day I want to become a nurse, I want to become a teacher. Oh, my mommy is a teacher, I would like to be a teacher. Now here I am, I've completed Form 4, and I get confused now. Who do I become? Is it the teacher my mom is? Is it the doctor that my father is? Or is it an engineer that I aspire to be myself? So we get caught up, and somehow even myself, I got caught up in the choice of a career. So I would say it is a process that requires a lot of consideration. And behind all those considerations, I would say that passion takes privilege and our abilities. You know, there is something I'm passionate about, but I'm not able to do that. I've just done my KCSE. I've not attained the marks. So the ability to be able to reach that passion, I can say, plays a big role. Yes. So that is how I did. I aspired to be a pharmacist. If you'd allow me to give you a short story on how I ended up choosing my career. I kept dreaming about becoming a pharmacist. You know, I see people suffering with the diseases, and I felt, why can't I contribute to the well-being of people by selling medicine or other drugs? So I aspired to be a pharmacist, and therefore, and I think that is why I kept working hard, and especially in science subjects. Because I can say I was good at chemistry, biology, mathematics, which are the subjects that requires one to become one. So I worked very hard. But fortunately or unfortunately, when I did my KCSE, I missed a point. We all know that all these careers require a combination of subjects. Like in medicine, if I want to do medicine, I must have attained good grades in science subjects. That is biology, chemistry, maths. So pharmacy is the same. So I knew I had to achieve that target. But I ended up missing a point. So I was cut in between repeating Form 4 to be able to attain the grade, or choose another career. So I got myself stuck. I didn't know now what to do. But somehow, in as much as I had pharmacy as my first choice, I still had an option. So I would say that it's also good to have a plan B, to be a bit flexible, because I may want to become A, but never achieve A, but at least I can get B, which is closely related to A. So having learned that I could not manage for pharmacy, I thought about it. It took me time, thinking now, what do I do? So my second option, my friends used to joke a lot in high school, telling me, you Rahe, they had the nickname, I'm Rahab, so they used to call me Rahe. Hey Rahe, you'll be a good teacher. And I would tell them, no, me, I don't want to be a teacher, I want to be a pharmacist. You'll be a good teacher, you're so patient. You know, you teach us mathematics and we understand even better than the teacher. You know, that is already, that's a skill I had, but I didn't want to accept that I can be a teacher. So I sat and rethought about it, and I said, okay, so they used to say I'm a good teacher, yes, so can I try becoming one? I convinced myself that it's doable, and I want to apply to be a teacher. So it came from me, and that is how I applied. Okay, I made application. In as much as I knew I would not qualify to be a pharmacist, I still applied that my choice number one will be a pharmacist. Well, and I said, if they want to consider me for the pharmacist, well and good. If they fail, this is what now I can become.
Mhm.
So I filled Bachelor of Education Science as my second option. And that is how I started my career.
Yes.
And somehow along the way, I liked it. And I learned that, oh, okay, so it's not as bad. The same mechanisms, how drugs work, I still study them in chemistry.
Yes.
So it satisfied me. So I learned my career, and that is how I moved it.
Okay.
And I'm happy today that I still study a lot of drugs. By the way, they call us Daktari wa Miti Shamba. That is what I do. We search a lot of drugs in these plants to be able to guide on which drugs now to use to cure many diseases. So I feel like in as much as I missed selling drugs,
Yes.
I do study of drugs, how to manufacture drugs, which is a bigger even goal compared to what I aspire to be. So that is how I got into my career.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Rahab, we have these students, maybe tuseme mtu alikuwa anataka maybe to be a doctor.
Yes.
No, let's say like mtu alikuwa anataka to be kuwa a teacher. And so maybe alikuwa ameplan like anataka CPRAS, and after KCSE anajipata like amepata A-, and now he decides on leaving that career, the teaching career, and now want to be a doctor. Is it advisable?
I wouldn't say it's advisable to do so, because remember, we said a career is something that you'll move along with the entire life. And it should be something that you'll be comfortable doing. And also it should be based on your abilities. Like to be a doctor, do you have a big heart, per se, to be dealing with patients? Fine, you have the grades for it, but will you be patient enough when treating a patient, or rather you're just taking it because of good grades? So I would still say it's good in as much as you have better grades than the career that you wanted to choose. Please just stick to what your heart wants, what you are passionate about, because you will enjoy doing it. It won't tire you. You'll do it for the rest of your life. So it will be just good to stick to what you want. Yes.
So they should stick on
that would be my
career.
That would be my advice.
Okay.
Because you might find that the medicine that you want to pursue requires vigorous training. Are you patient enough with it? Do you have the heart to handle the patients? Are you called towards that? So I would still insist and advise that do what your heart requires to do, so that you don't start studying. Then along the way, you feel that it's now too difficult. I want to go back to the teacher that I wanted to become. So it is good to be focused and get a career that you're passionate about.
Okay. Like we had this case of a girl in JKUAT. I can't recall which course she was pursuing. But when she got I don't know, when she was in, I think third year or fourth year, she realized that this was not her career and decided to go now to Masinde Muliro to do something else. What happened?
It's that confusion. And I'm saying it can be so confusing. And we have so many cases. Even in Masinde Muliro here, you find that a student comes knowing that she wants to do education arts, for example. But the parent advises that because you have grades for engineering, go take engineering. Then the girl goes to the engineering class and cannot take it further. At second year level, she realizes it is too difficult on me. I want to go back. But now look at it. It is a waste of time. It is a waste of resources. And even this student may end up just dropping everything. So that now he is not an engineer, he is not a BA student.
Okay.
So it's the confusion that I talked about, and I said behind everything, consider where your passion is, because it will take a lot of your time, it will take a lot of your resources and concentration. So it will be good to stick to what your heart requires.
Okay. Now we have this group of students who have attained good grades, and maybe someone want to be a lawyer, someone want to be a doctor, but now they come from very needy family. They can't afford to raise the school fees. How would you advise them on choosing the career? Maybe the only thing they can afford, this person has a passion of becoming a doctor, but now they can't afford. And how would you advise them? Because they end up doing what they don't want to be because of the background status.
Yeah, I understand the situation, which can a little bit be tricky to go about it. But I would say that I would advise the student to keep the focus. I wouldn't advise them to trade for less, because even the teacher that he can afford becoming may be a bit tricky for them to go about it. And I want to congratulate them. Having come from a poor background, yeah, and attained the better grades, as you say, it is a lot of effort. Yeah. And I would encourage them to keep the focus. Luckily, we do have bursaries in the county level. We do have government sponsorship. So what I would advise is them to remain vibrant. Keep the focus, keep the passion. Don't go for a lesser course because maybe it could be affordable. Before you could pick the option B, I would advise that the student tries to seek for funding. They are well-wishers in our country. We do have government sponsorship. So it will be good for the students, for the learners, to apply for those bursaries. The funders, when they see the good grades and they can see that there's a person from a poor background, they get excited and they are more than willing to fund. Even in the institutions of higher learning, for example, in Masinde Muliro University, fine, they may not be able to pay the full school fees, but they may help the learner with some upkeep so that they can be put into programs that, like the work study programs, so that the fees is catered for, yes, but the upkeep, he can do a few things here and there and raises a few coins to be able to go about the learning. So I would advise that they keep the passion, try to get funding. Now, when it gets worse, then that's when they can try another option. That I would advise them to keep focus on the option number one that they are passionate about.
Okay. So you keep advising on sticking on whatever you want to be.
Yes. So I keep advising that the student sticks to what she or he is passionate about. Because remember, a career is something that you'll move along with it the entire lifetime. So that if you get an employment, you spend about 40 hours in a week in that career. So it must have been something that you are excited doing. Otherwise, it will be so difficult. Can you imagine waking up every day to go do something you are not happy about from morning to evening? Willing it tire you? No. Yeah, so I would still advise that let the learner stick to choosing something that she will be happy about, something from the heart, something she's passionate about it. So that even on completion, at times you find that, okay, I wanted to do medicine and I end up there and do not land on a job immediately.
Yes.
It won't hit me because it's something I wanted to do. And after all, I can even start my own clinics or something later because it's something that I chose to be So I'll be patient enough to get a job. But imagine it's a course that I did that I didn't like. Then I end up not getting a job. I'll still lament. I'll say it's because I never wanted that course, and that is why I'm not getting a job.
Okay.
But once I've done something I'm happy about, even if getting a job takes some time, I'll still be patient and I'll be creative.
True.
To see how this career can help me out of the situation.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
And we have had many cases of some individuals maybe who have failed in life, and they started blaming their parents, or like, I never wanted to do this. Maybe my mom is the one who pushed me to do this. How would you advise the parents outside there?
Okay, I won't blame the parents to start with, because it's the joy of every parent to see the child succeed.
Yeah.
And when they are advising the student, they are doing it in good faith. That, oh, I want Phyllis, for example, to do teaching because nowadays at least there are jobs in teaching. You know, it's out of good faith that the parent is advising the child, not knowing that the child also has her own dreams. So I would advise the parent, in as much as they are caring and they are checking ahead to see, will my child land a job or not, let them also be considerate enough and consider the passion of this child.
Yes.
Have a discussion with your child. Fine, you have brought up the child, you know their abilities, you know how he is, he's not organized, he's a bit rude, he's not patient. So have a session with your child. Talk about it. Ask the child, what would you like to become? So that you come to a consensus.
Maybe to add on that, maybe there are some parents who will not take in what their children want to be. Maybe, for example, someone want to be a musician.
Yes.
But you are like, no, you can be a musician in this house. How would you advise such?
Yeah, I'll still insist and advise the parent. Very soon, this child will be an adult.
Yes.
And will be out of your way, out of your hands. So, as long as you have advised the child, if you feel music is not good, try to make your child understand what is bad about music.
Yes.
Other than just saying, no, you want to do music, I want you to do medicine. And that is why I'm saying, sit, have a session with your child, discuss. Because he'll tell you, Mommy, no, I want to do music because I think I like it, and in that way I'll make my own money. I want to start my music industry and so on. Then you, as the mother, you'll advise and say, there are these risks associated to music. And by the end of the day, now both of you will be able to see which career best suits the child. Because he may not per se join the singing, the music, but he can do the production of the music per se. You see, he's still in the line he was interested in becoming. So I would still advise, it's good that the parent listens to the child, so that when the child chooses the career, he will be a happy child.
Yes.
And this is something that she will do the rest of her life, even when you may or you may not be there. So let not the child blame you for her failures. It will be very good to have considered what your child want to become, and she will be a happy child.
Okay.
Yes.
There is this group that have not attained the grade they wanted to attain, and hence it becomes difficult for them to go to the career they wanted to go for.
Okay.
So how will you advise such kind of group?
Okay. I would begin by saying there is no bad grades. So long as the child put his efforts together, went through the four years in high school, whatever grade that she gets is the grade for him and can be able to help him. And I won't say that he may not end up doing the career that he wants, because these careers can either be done in universities, that's where bigger grades are required,
Yes.
or if he never acquired the grades to get to university, there are tertiary colleges which offer the same careers but at a lower grade, so that in university, when you're being offered a degree, he'll be offered a diploma, but in the same career that he was interested in. Like engineering, if I would use engineering, for example. If he scores an A, he can be able to do his engineering at the university.
Yes.
If he scores a C, for example, he can still do engineering in a tertiary college, get a diploma. Then later, because this is something he is passionate about, he can upgrade to a degree. So he can start small. Even if it's a D+, that's a grade, and he worked for it. He got it. It doesn't mean that her dreams are shattered. No. He can start by doing a certificate in a college, then upgrade with experience, do a diploma. Then later in life, he will still do a degree. And by the end of the day, he will have become an engineer that he wanted to become.
That is so good. Okay, now I would like you to tell us what brings a lot of confusion when choosing careers.
Okay, so what brings about a lot of confusion when choosing careers is about balancing so many things. One, there is influence from the people around you. The parent wants you to take a course. The teachers used to say that you'll be a doctor. You, as a person, you have your own career that you want to choose. Again, the grades that you have attained may put you into a confusion, because maybe you have performed so well in, let's say, the science subjects, for example, and therefore you have an option of becoming a doctor, you have an option of becoming an engineer, a computer engineer, and so on. So that will put you in a lot of confusion. So all those things put together can make a person be really confused on which career should I follow. Is it the one that I've been dreaming about? Is it the one that is deemed to be so marketable nowadays? Is it the one that my friends are doing? Is it the career that will give me a lot of free time? So all those things, trying to balance them, bring a lot of confusion while choosing the correct career.
So a lot of students are now ready to join higher institution for running. How will you advise them as they join? Maybe some are joining campuses and some are going to the colleges. How will you advise them?
I'll advise the students to believe in themselves. They've come a long way. They've gone through the primary section. They've gone through the secondary section, which is very good. And I would encourage them to keep on track, because you find that a student is so potential. When he was in secondary, he has abilities to become what they should become. But when they go to colleges or institutions of higher learning, there is no much control from parents or even from teachers, so that they are just free to do what they want. And in the process, you get some of them lured into other things that may derail them from the career that they wanted to go through. And even some of them drop out. So I would encourage them to keep the focus. Dedicate your time, because this is a chance granted. You should be very happy to have secured a place in the college or in the university,
Mhm.
which is rare anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so yeah, so it is a good thing. It's a plus for you to have secured that position. So I always say and advise students, use that chance well, because that is the only chance you have at that particular moment.
Mhm.
So it is good to utilize the time you have and keep the focus and be the person that you want to become in future. It is a very short moment that comes and goes. By the way, you might be enrolled for a course that goes for 4 years, and you may think that 4 years is a long period of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But before you realize it, you're already in third year.
Yeah, true.
And you are not learning good enough so that now you're failing many other courses. So you come to fourth year, you find that you may not be able to graduate. Why? Because there are marks that you don't have, there are units that you never completed, and you have a chance. This is only 4 years
Yes.
to be able to build your career. So I would advise that do what you're supposed to do at the right time. So this is a time that you focus really on your career, because you've chosen it. Make the best time, the best, make the best out of it. That's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are some cases, like for example, in my case where we in first year,
Yes.
we were so many in our class.
Yes.
Second year,
Yeah.
people started dropping. Maybe the course was so hard. So when we were in for there,
Yes.
we were like 20 of us.
Imagine.
And we started where we were, like 2,000.
Yeah.
Maybe what always happened
It
between
happens.
now second year and fourth year? What really happens?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I just said that the freedom is granted, but if not taken carefully, you might end up not achieving what took you to the college. In first year, of course, there is a lot of discipline. The student you've just joined, you are new to the environment, you still have fear. You don't know how things work in college. But once you get to second year, now you've started maturing up, a lot of friendships, a lot of going out, a lot of influence, so that if you're not careful, you end up not even completing. And that is why you see the class diminishing with time, because of the freedom that the students have. So I keep saying, fine, you have the freedom. Try to strike a balance between studying and having a social life.
But in that, maybe to add on that,
Yes.
there are some who might. Okay, back then,
Yes.
some of them were saying that the course is too hard for them.
Once you're there, I must say that there is no course that is too hard nor too simple. Each course has its challenges, its own challenges. So once you're there, and I said, if it's something that you wanted to do, please be able to keep trying, even with the challenges, even with the hardness that the course comes with. Try to manage, because you are there, and there is no course that is simple. And once you like it, you will dedicate even more time to be able to maneuver it. Of course, with the help with the lecturers or the tutors, or even your other colleagues, you'll be able to go through it. There is no course too simple, no course too difficult to be attained.
Okay.
So it will be your hard work, your focus that will see you go through it.
Okay. We have seen a number of people who have completed their, maybe for example, university level, but they are not lucky to have secured a good job, or even a job of their choice or their career. What would you advise them?
I'll advise them not to give up. We still have chances, and I'll keep revisiting what I said at the beginning. Once you have started what you are passionate about, you can be patient, and do not despise small beginnings. For example, if you've studied medicine, for example, before you get a permanent job, there are these small vibaruas that come, so that you can get internship. You can even volunteer, to work in that hospital. They get a few coins for you, and in the process, by the end of the day, you'll be able to secure a job.
Yes.
We also say that we train not to just get the white collar job for employment. We also do that for self-employment. Once you are happy about what you studied for the 4 years or 3 years, you can even think, you can become creative and be able to see how can I do self-job creation. And also, it's good to be in the lookout. It's good to be vibrant. Let not just stick to our county. Fine, I've studied in this county. I just want to get a job in this county. In this country, for example, there are other jobs in even other countries. So it is good to be vibrant and try to see where are the job vacancies. Make an application and keep following up. Getting a regret today doesn't mean tomorrow you'll get a regret.
Very true.
Yes, so I would encourage them to stay in the lookout.
Okay.
Never to give up.
Yeah.
Because this is a career you've chosen, you've worked for, and by the end of the day, you'll get a job towards.
Okay, and maybe to ask, do you think there are some courses, now that you're lecturing in Masinde Muliro, do you think there are some courses that they are red flag in our country? Like, if you happen to choose those courses, getting employment is a bit challenging. Do you think there are some of the...
I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say yes because it depends on there are some jobs that are seasonal, It depends on the course that you've studied. It's a combination of so many factors to have gotten a job or not. We combine luck, we combine hard work, we combine connections and so on. So I cannot say there is a red flag course. Once there is an opportunity in that particular area, it will get you.
And do you think there are some courses that are favorable for girls and some for boys?
Yes, I would say that's something that is now old-fashioned, because when we were studying, we were told that, for example, sciences are for boys, so girls go to arts. But here I am in science, and I enjoy it. Yeah, so we are capable. No girl, no boy per se course should be taken as it used to be. So long as you are passionate about it, so long as you're capable, you have the abilities, I cannot say that there are some courses for men and others for girls. It depends on what is in your heart. What are you passionate about? Because we are there. Engineers are there, both boys and girls. In as much as they may not be many, they are there. So it depends on what you are capable of doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to wind up, everybody should stick on what he or she want to.
Yes.
Feels like he or she has.
Yes.
Okay.
Because come rain, come sunshine, you still be comfortable and happy with what you chose. It is your choice that you made. And it's a good choice that you made. So you'll be able to do all things possible to make the ends meet. Even when the coursework becomes difficult, you'll see how to manage it. Even when the job market becomes elusive, you'll see how to survive in it.
Okay.
Because it's something that you liked. It's something that you chose.
Okay. And maybe to ask the last question, why do we have a mini dropout in universities?
I can say in 2 words, peer pressure.
Okay.
That's on the top list. I can say peer pressure. You get into the university, you get some students failing to go to class, you join them, not knowing that those who do not attend classes during the day, maybe trans night. They read the whole night to be able to pass the courses. In universities, there are no bells. In universities, there is no control that the lecturer will follow you up. It's a matter of discipline. So if you get caught up to follow bad group and you do not create time to recover what you lost during the day, then you end up just dropping. There are so many challenges that come along when in college. Maybe you fail to have, maybe you see you are living alone, maybe you don't have rent, you don't have food, and so many factors. So unless you are too focused and you're serious about completing your studies, you might get caught up on dropping out, which is an unfortunate scenario. But it's possible not to drop out. It's possible to finish in record time. So that if it's a 3-year course, it is very much possible to complete the course in 3 years. Because there is nothing as good as a lecturer seeing a student capture the knowledge that he wants to deliver to him. There is nothing that satisfies the heart of a lecturer as seeing a student pass all the units. They become very happy. So they do the guiding, they do the encouragement, but once the student now decides not to follow the rules or whatever procedure in college, then it's unfortunate that some of them drop out or some of them complete after a long time. So I keep encouraging, this is a 4-year, use your 4 years well. And it's possible to complete. It is, yes.
So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for everything. We are humbled. At least we have learned 1 or 2 things on career choices.
Thank you.
And I would also advise my audience, if you're there, if you're a parent, kindly listen to your kid. Know what he or she wants, advice from there. And if you're there, you're a student watching us, maybe you're planning to join college or university, go with what you are passionate about. Whatever you feel like you want to do, just do it. Don't listen to anybody. Peer pressure is a no. And with that, you'll be able to achieve your dreams. So that's all we had for today. Maybe if you have something else that you want us to talk about, comment section, tunagojea hapo. You can tell us anything, or how do you feel, or what career do you have? Are you confused on the career that you have chosen? Do you need a lot of advice? We can give you comment hapo, tuambie. And to those who are joining, kindly be careful. Maybe you can advise them, those who are joining campuses, especially campuses and colleges. Maybe you can advise them in just a short.
Okay, thank you. I would first congratulate them for having secured a chance to go do the careers of their choice. And as you get to university, I know, or college, it's an exciting moment. Very exciting. It's maybe in a county you've never been before. You go meet friends you've never been with them before, away from your parents. So I would advise that tries to strike the balance. Remember where you've come from. Remember where you're headed. Remember your career growth is so important, and utilize that time well. And the hard work and focus will of course pay. That is what I would advise.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rahab. And each time we need advices, we'll always be calling you.
Anytime.
So our next show, we'll be talking about drugs in the university, because I realize that is the main cause that is making a lot of students to drop out. And maybe we'll also be talking about freedom that is there in the campuses. So that's all we had for today. Thank you so much for joining Tales of Achievers. We are humbled. We are very much humbled, and we can't wait to share a lot with you. So each time we need someone to talk to, we'll always be coming to you.
Yes.
And God bless you so much. So that's all we had for today in the Tales of Achievers. So until next time, goodbye.